what you want, what you want.
This is Mungo Dark Matter, and welcome to Dark Matters. I'm fresh out of the barbershop with a fresh haircut. Barbershop's one of the only places you can go where you go in and you pay them, you come out with less and you're happy about it. Today on Dark Matters, we're going to be discussing the Ironman Challenge in World of Warcraft. First off, what is the Ironman Challenge? Well, the Ironman Challenge basically is where you take a character, you get to level 85 without dying once, and you don't get any help from any other players or characters. The longer version of it, or the full rules, are available at wowironman.com. There are about 14 or 15 rules that you have to follow. But basically, you can't use dungeons, battlegrounds, raids, or arena to get points to level up. And you can't have people help you on quests or anything when you're trying to get higher levels. So you're pretty much on your own. You can basically do quests, and you can get kills. You can get experience points from kills of creatures, monsters, and enemies you run into along the way. Now, the big disadvantage of the Ironman Challenge is you also can only use certain levels of gear. And since you're not earning honor points from battlegrounds and arena and such, you won't even have points to buy gear when you get up to level 85 and have made the Ironman Challenge. This means if you want to keep the character, you're going to have to go back and earn honor points to get better gear. Now, there's no limitation to what type of realm you can use for the challenge. So you can use a player versus player, PvP realm, or you can use a normal realm, which is also known as a PvE, player versus environment, or you can use like a roleplay realm to accomplish your Ironman Challenge. The big thing is that on PvP realms, it's going to be a little bit harder to do the challenge because you're going to have other players after you. So probably the PvE or the normal realm is going to be the easiest to accomplish the Ironman Challenge on. Here are a few tips, possibly help you out if you decide you want to go on the Ironman Challenge. First of all, you're going to have to be real careful because you can't die. So that means you have to go through 85 levels without dying. And as you know, if you've already leveled, the higher the level, the more points you have to get to the next level. It's also going to start to get really slow leveling up at the top where you need a lot of points. So you're going to have to do a lot of quests. And the problem is, generally you get more points on the quest the harder the quest is and the lower the level you are. So you might do the same quest on a lower level and get a lot of points, but if you on a higher level and do the same quest, you may get very few points. Now, as you're doing the Ironman Challenge, if you go for the quest with higher points, there's a greater chance that you're gonna get killed during one of those quests. So, to reduce the chance of you being killed, you're gonna have to be a bit more careful in the quests you do. But you can't be so careful that you're not making any points doing the quest, or you'll never make it to level 85, or it will be very difficult. Another thing you're going to consider is you're probably going to make a new character to take the challenge, because you can't have any deaths with that character. So there are probably a few characters that are going to be better for such a challenge. There are certain characters and types of characters that are better kind of going it alone. For example, if you're a hunter or a paladin, you have certain skills that are going to help you out. The hunter has a companion with him, and the companion can kind of keep things from getting too close to you as you're shooting at him. Paladin has the ability to heal. You also might want to consider what race you want to be. For example, Draenei have the ability to heal, and that's a special ability they have, which is a racial ability they have. And so if you pick Draenei, that's going to help you out because you'll be able to heal yourself. So you may want to consider Draenei as a possibility. That's obviously not the only race you can pick, but there may be an advantage to it in this particular case. Another type of character you might consider is the rogue. The rogue can, of course, use stealth to kind of cloak himself or herself so they become invisible. The advantage to that is when you're doing player versus environment is if there are a lot of monsters around, if you stealth yourself into invisibility, they can't see you and you can kind of go right by them without them attacking. Monsters won't attack you if you are on the road generally, or if you are a higher level than they are. So you got to watch out for the monsters that are a higher level than you are, because they're more apt to attack you. And if you stay on the road, you're going to be a bit safer. If you can stealth yourself, you can just kind of go around things a lot. So that's an advantage of having the rogue. So I'd say the rogue, the paladin, and the hunter are probably the three best choices for the Ironman challenge. Now, part of the challenge is it is a challenge, so you may pick a character where it will be a little more difficult. And good for you. Go ahead, go for it. Go for whatever character you want. Really, I'm just giving you some suggestions as to the easier characters to use for the challenge. Now you can go to wowironman.com and register your character, and it will show up on a list there, and it will keep track of your progress. Now, if you die, you get removed from the run list and put onto like an honor roll list saying that, yeah, good try, you tried, but you got killed. If you're on the main list and a red circle with an X in it shows up, that indicates you never died, but you may not be following all of the rules. If you have a green circle, it's going to indicate that you followed all the rules and you're still alive, you're still in the game. So once again, if you're interested in the Ironman challenge in World of Warcraft, go to the site wowironman.com, check out all the rules there, register your character there so they show up on the list, and have fun in the Ironman challenge. If you have any thoughts or comments about the Ironman challenge, you can put them in the comments in this video right here. Let me know what you think of it. If you've tried it, or you think it's a dumb idea, if you think it's a good idea, if you're really bored and have a lot of time. There's a lot you can do in World of Warcraft, and this is just one challenge. And there are a lot of different things, a lot of interesting things in World of Warcraft. You can go through the whole thing in different characters, starting out in different races, starting out in different points. So as you make different characters going through World of Warcraft, you actually have some different experiences. So the Ironman challenge is just one of them. But remember, you're going to have problems later on with that character if you want to continue it, because you're not going to have the gear you would have if you could level that character using all the methods that you normally would use. Now, if you have any other questions about it, any other topics, you can put a comment on this video, or you can email me at mungodarkmatter@gmail.com. You're probably also wondering why I'm driving around in this video. Well, it's also a shameless plug for another video I just put out on how to mount a camera and video record in a car. So you may want to check that video out as well. This has been Mungo Dark Matter, and this is Dark Matters. And whatever you do, have fun playing World of Warcraft.
What you want?